On today's show,
The Houston Rockets and Memphis Grizzlies both refuse to lose.
are we going to see DeMarcus Cousins in the playoffs?
And it's the battle of the blocks in Crossfire.
It's Tuesday, November 4th. The Starters starts now.
Good evening, Sweet World, and welcome to The Starters. Whether you're joining us live online, listening to the podcast, or catching us on NBA TV, very happy to have you. I'm J.E. Skeets, and alongside me, as always, it's Tess Mellis.
I'm sitting very upright today. Feels great.
To my right, it's the Starters blog editor, Trey Kirby.
Hey-o.
Hey, yo! And finally, it's our international man of mystery, Lee Ellis.
Girls.
Lele.
Lily, all right, exciting show for you tonight. We're going to get to Crossfire later. But first, we're a week into the season, and we've got 4 undefeated teams still left in the league. Both the Grizzlies and the Rockets picking up their 4th win. They're 4-0. They're joining the Warriors, who are 3-0, and the Heat, 3-0. Rockets and Heat are actually going to go at it tonight, and we've also thrown on that board where they rank offensively and defensively. Something that jumps out to me right away is all of them very good defensively. The Heat doing a little bit more on the offensive end, but let's talk about the Grizzlies and Rockets, two somewhat surprising teams to be 4-0. I know they've had easier schedules, but
They have.
what's impressed you about the Grizz so far?
Well, I think Memphis could legitimately be a top 4 seed in the Western Conference. but-
You picked them as a surprise
Yeah,
team.
yeah, and I think they're a surprise every year because people don't want to rank them very high. That seems to be the trend with the Memphis Grizzlies. They just don't think that this team can win 50 games when they do it year in and year out. They've beaten the Wolves. They were down at the Pacers at half, but pulled that one out. 2 weaker teams in the league. They scored only 71 points against the Hornets, and then they squeaked by a Pelicans team.
So not
in a
amazing,
very,
yeah.
very ugly game. Not amazing at all. And they're ranked 22nd on offense. That's obviously a bad sign, but they've gotten by with their defense. What I thought they were going to be a top 4 seed in the Western Conference was because this man, Vincent Lamar Carter, was going to do some damage this year. He hasn't been great, except for this moment, but a fantastic layup. He's coming off ankle surgery, so he hasn't been himself. But this team was second last in three-pointers made this season. They were last year. So Vince was going to be that spark off the bench to help that offense. Their offense has to get a lot better if they're going to beat better teams in the league. But so far, so good according to their schedule.
Absolutely.
anyways.
That has definitely helped. Vince sort of, I think you're going to expect a little bit more from him as the season go on, but a nice addition. But I think when you talk Grizzlies, you start with the core
Yeah.
of the Grizzlies, and especially the interior in Marc Gasol and Zach Randolph. And I know Zach Lowe pointed out with Marc Gasol, especially on Grantland, that his usage rate is up. They're going through so far. They're going through Marc Gasol more than they ever have. He only
Talented
cracked.
guy. He can score. He's a really, really good passer, and they don't have enough shooting or enough playmaking right now that they need to go anywhere else. If you can work through Marc Gasol, get some shots that way, and just kind of carve out little bits of space with big-to-big passing, that's what you got to do because you don't want either Zach or Marc off the court.
Yeah, Gasol cracked 20% usage rate only once in his career, and right now, it's only 4 games, of course, but he's around the 27%. So
Yeah.
they're trying right now to go through Gasol and let him operate, and why wouldn't you?
Yeah, and that's right. And Dave Yeager, though, he pointed out that last season they got off to a bad start, and he really wanted them to focus this year on making sure they get off to a good start so they're not playing chase-up all year like they were last season. But again, it's on the defensive end, I think, where Marc Gasol really, I mean, he's been great offensively, but defensively is where he's been fantastic. And all of them have been, because what I think about the Memphis Grizzlies on defense is they all know their role. And they know how to defend, and they know how to defend a guy like Anthony Davis, who's been fantastic to start this season. But they really hustled him, put him off his block. He wasn't able to get comfortable last night, something they did similar to Al Jefferson in Charlotte a few nights earlier. So, defensively, they're only allowing 85 points, which is the best in the league, and that's where Memphis, I mean, the old grit and grind Grizzlies, that's what they're all
So-
about.
Yeah,
Okay.
they just make it super ugly, and it doesn't look fun to play against them.
No.
It just looks very, very frustrating all around.
Why do people always underestimate this team? Because when you look at the 4 core guys in Zebo and Gasol and Allen and Conley, they've been there for 4 years
Yeah,
now.
I guess they're
so
not
why is everyone always sort of forgetting or sleeping on this?
Well, we know that they're a great defensive team, but their offense has to be better. And if you don't have the outside shooting, which they haven't had for years, you can't win. And just to spread it out a little bit, to give Marc Gasol that space. And I think also what we're sort of underestimating with Marc Gasol is that he hasn't been a go-to guy in terms of scoring the ball. He can obviously distribute. He can make things happen on the defensive end, but I think what they were looking for in round 1 of the playoffs last year even was Marc Gasol to be sort of that go-to guy. It just didn't work out. It was a great series against the Oklahoma City Thunder, but he has to be a little bit more of that. And again, once Vincent Lamar Carter gets healthy, I really think he's going to help out shooting the three ball. Again, dead last year shooting the three, just to give those guys some space. Vince can do that. The man chucked a lot for the Mavericks, and at a good percentage.
Yeah.
He didn't just chuck. He's not just a shooter. He has become a very, very effective bench player.
It is crazy that they're 4-0 despite Mike Conley, who improved leaps and bounds last year, shooting 35% from the floor right now, 25% from downtown. Can't buy one from there. It's crazy that they are 4-0 with that sort of limited offense. Zach Randolph, though, how fun was that matchup with Anthony Davis there versus the Pelicans? I mean, talk about two differing styles.
It shows
for
you
big
just
guys.
exactly what Anthony Davis is going to need to work on, because he was just getting beasted by Randolph, just throwing him around literally, and that's kind of what Zach does with everyone, just because he is a humongous guy.
It's a weird type of basketball, the Grizzlies with their grit and grind, and you want to say at times it's ugly, but there's something sort of fun about it as well. Just watching these guys, maybe not as athletic as some of the other teams in the league, still getting it done.
Yeah, as well. They just don't have those highlight reel plays. It's just more like a workhorse type of style, and that's the thing with Zach Randolph. He's fun to watch if you love a guy who just uses his body but doesn't get above the rim too much.
For sure. Well, let's go from the 4-0 team in the Grizzlies to the other one, the Houston Rockets, 4-0. Now, arguably, they've had an even easier schedule
It's true.
than the Grizzlies, but look, some positives all around with this squad. James Harden is getting to the line an unbelievable amount. Dwight Howard is starting to have more of that impact like we saw back in his Orlando days on the defensive end, and they're shooting the three ball. Yes, they've played some very, very poor teams, but there are some things to like with this squad being 4-0.
Yeah, and coming into the season, we know their offense was great. It was last year. It continues to be great this year. They've beaten the Lakers, Jazz, Celtics, and 76ers this season, so quite the easy competition.
The combined record of those four teams last season, 96 and 232, under 30% winning percentage. So it's been easy.
Yeah, 3 games on the road as well, so at least they are taking care of business. You know,
They took care of those Sixers in Philadelphia.
Yeah, they did. But the only one concern, I guess, for the Rockets, if Harden or Howard do get injured, they're a little bit thin after that. Trevor Ariza has been good, but their bench is not giving them.
Trevor Ariza has been good. He's been great.
He's been great, but only 21 points from their bench. So as I say, if someone does fall with and we know Dwight's got a bit of a knee injury at the moment, then they could be in a little bit of trouble.
But that's sort of what I like about this team, is that they kind of have an identity this year. I know they're thinner. Omer Asik, Jeremy Lin, there's one other guy, Chandler Parsons. You know, Trevor Ariza was the only guy who really filled in or came over that's going to play a lot of minutes. Isaiah Cannon's their backup point guard. But I think they just have a bit of an identity this year. They know that Harden and Howard are their leaders, and they've got the grit and grinders beside them. Those other guys are just going to do the dirty work. I think Harden and Howard like the idea of being those two sort of leaders. I think James Harden had a bit of a misfit with Jeremy Lin in the backcourt last year. I don't think they got along all that well with all that ball handling that was going on back there. Harden wants to be the guy. And now it's clear. Dwight Howard is the guy up front. James Harden is the guy in the backcourt. Omer Asik is out, is gone from the team because of those sort of, after the grumblings and the cloud that was hanging over them for so long. I think they just know their roles a little bit better. I don't think they win any more games than their 54 that they did last year. I think they'll come in about the same mark. But again, I think they just kind of know who they are every time they step on the basketball court. And all those guys, the bench isn't strong, but they're just grinder type guys to play around their two supporting, or their two leaders.
And this is still a team that likes to shoot the three ball.
Chuck.
Man, I mean, they did it last year, they're right up there, but this year as well, I mean, they're first in the league in three-pointers made and attempted. I mean, this team is shooting 31 threes a game right now.
Oh, this is Daryl Morey. This is what he wants.
But they're knocking it down right now. 43%. That's best or second best in the league, I should say. And this was a team actually, despite shooting a whole lot last year, they were below average, believe it or not, in terms of percentage from shooting the three ball. Just under below average last season. So I mean, look, is 43%? Is it going to stay that high?
Probably not.
Probably not, especially when they start playing some better teams here that can get out and defend that three. But, you know, this is their MO.
They shoot a ton of threes and a ton of free throws, and those are some efficient shots to take.
And we're going to find out tonight if they can go to 5-0, because they're taking on one of those undefeated teams in the Miami Heat in Miami. It's on NBA TV. So make sure you catch that one. I mean, that probably is the game of the night with the two undefeated squads going at it. So one of them will pick up that first L, but
Blazers Cavs following that matchup. Not a bad night on NBA
That's
TV.
for sure.
not a bad night at all. All right, got to take a quick break, but when we return, it's time to kick things up a notch. Tass and I behind the podiums for a good old round of Crossfire. You're watching the starters. Crossfire!
Welcome to Crossfire. This is how it works. Trey will give Skeets and I 3 topics. Skeets and I will debate them, and at the end of it all, Trey will declare a winner. Trey, what is topic number 1?
Whoa!
Life-size head. First question, what's one preview prediction Tass got wrong?
Oh, this is easy. Tass Mella saying Klay Thompson was overrated multiple times, if memory serves me correct. What is Klay Thompson going to do?
I had to be the bad guy.
What is Klay Thompson going to do? Well, he gets his $70 million contract extension, and he leads the league in scoring, hits a game winner, scores 41 against the Lakers, named Player of the Week. Let's go on and on and on. He's got a very attractive girlfriend on Instagram. Klay Thompson, come on, Tass, admit you're wrong.
No, I am not
You're wrong.
wrong. When
You're
people
wrong.
call him the best shooting guard in the game, I have to shoot it down. Or when his agent uses the calculated term of, oh, he's the best two-way guard in the game. That's just saying that he isn't the best offensive two-guard in the game. He is not the best two-guard in the
Who's
game.
better? Who's better?
James Harden is obviously a better two-guard. He is a better
Two-way.
two-guard.
Defensively and offensively.
When your shooting guard gets to the line 2 times a game, he got to the line 2 times a game last year. He just doesn't do a lot. Last year, he didn't
He's
do a lot.
21 for 23 at the line this season.
That's great. He played
So
the
you've
Los
inspired
Angeles
him.
Lakers. No, he played. Why didn't you ask me this question when he went 4 for 14 in his opening game?
You're calling him overrated.
He's overrated.
He's the
He is
leading
overrated.
scorer.
He's the leading scorer. He's going to lead the league in scoring. Fact. Topic number 2, Trey.
Well, turnabout is fair play, so what's one preview prediction that Skeets got wrong?
He called Carmelo Anthony overrated. Also, he said the Denver Nuggets are likely to make the playoffs. The Denver Nuggets have started 1-2. They beat a lowly Pistons team.
That's not what I said.
And then they spanked a very undermanned Thunder team. Then they lost a game last night they should have won. Kings coming on a back-to-back in their house.
You're right.
No, that's not right. The Denver Nuggets are not making
Okay,
the
hold on. The question was, in the previews, which Western Conference lottery team has the best chance
They have
to
no
make
chance.
the playoffs? That was the question, and I'm sticking with this. First off, they got all these guys coming back from injury, all right? It's going to take a little bit of time. Gallinari, McGee, Nate Robinson, going on and on and on there, Hickson. It's going to take a little bit of time.
They
And
don't
here's
have
what.
time in the West.
They're
do not have time in
You're
the West.
right, but they're playing well defensively, which is surprising, and they're struggling offensively, which we know they're one of the better offensive teams. So I'm actually not worried at all. And I feel somewhat confident even with this preview
Brian
prediction.
Shaw is worried because he's taken Danilo Gallinari out of the starting lineup and put him on the bench.
That's because they got the LeBron and the Cavs coming up. He doesn't want Gallinari playing defense on him.
Okay, sure.
There you go.
Fact. Topic number 3.
Final question, whose block last night was more impressive? Brooke Lopez or Nerlens Noel?
I'm going with Brooke Lopez on Lance Thomas. It was a beauty block on an alley-oop. It's rare to see a block on an alley-oop. What do you call this? A steal, a block? I don't know. It's both. The cat-like reflexes of a guy we don't consider a very good defensive player who hasn't played since December 20th, 2013. Brooke, getting over there. That is beautiful stuff.
Now, come on.
Beautiful,
Are you
beautiful
serious?
stuff. Yep, it's Brooke.
First off, no offense to Lance Thomas, but who is Lance Thomas?
He plays for
I mean,
I'm not sure who
sounds
he
like a
plays
guy in a
for.
boy band. It's Nerlens' block on James Harden, who you just called the best two-way guard in the league.
Called him the best guard in the league.
Look how high Nerlens gets up here. And somehow he didn't foul James Harden, because that's all Harden does, gets fouled and goes to the line. That was just perfectly timed, and as Trey Kirby himself said, it helps when you have like a foot-tall flat top, because it makes you look like you got even higher.
Trey
So I'm going
Trey
Nerlens.
Kirby called him Squirrelins Noel.
Yeah, well, it's that one in a landslide, actually. I mean, Brooke, he timed it, but Nerlens is higher.
All right, Trey, who won
won
this
this?
edition of Crossfire?
Hate to break it to you, Tass, but if you quote me, you're getting the victory. Skeets gets the win.
Ah, what a play. Nice sweaty lip there, by the way.
Thank you
Trey.
very
Great
much.
stuff. All right.
His nose is running. It's freezing in
It
the
is
studio.
cold in here, but we kicked it up a notch. All right, we got to take a break. Yesterday we asked Bones, but now we'll debate it. Are the Sacramento Kings playoff material? That and a whole lot more when we return. You're watching The Starters. Welcome back to The Starters. Time for a new segment this season, Up Down. Figuring out where the four of us stand on some hot button topics in the NBA.
Serious?
Sounds
Some
edgy.
serious, some fun. You're going to get the hang of it in a second. First one, up, down, Sacramento Kings playoff chances. Here's where the 4 of us stand on this one.
In the Western Conference,
3 of us up.
you guys are
Cass.
seriously voting up. I
We're
would love to hear why you think this team is going to make it. The Sacramento Kings just have so many question marks. I feel like besides their 2 big guys in DeMarcus Cousins and Rudy Gay, their backcourt is extremely questionable. Ben
Darren
McLemore,
Collison is playing phenomenal basketball right now.
that is the first time that has ever been said.
Oh,
and
come
I'm
No, that one time his rookie year when he was a backup.
he's a solid for stretches, but we're talking about the Western Conference.
Yeah,
You need
well,
to be solid across the board.
fair.
They've only had 1 good win. The Los Angeles Clippers.
They
They've
beat
only
2
played
playoff
4
teams,
games.
Blazers and the Clippers, then on a back-to-back, going to Denver, one of the toughest spots, to play in a back-to-back
Denver
situation.
can't beat anybody.
Don't say 1 quality win. It's
And
arguably
I don't even
3.
call the Clippers a quality win because the Clippers are letting teams into games all the way until the end of the game, and
Okay.
they're finally beating them. The Clippers are just playing around at this point.
Lee, why are you pro Kings?
DeMarcus seems a bit different this year. He seems to finally realize how to use that massive frame of
He's
his.
playing defense,
He's
too.
playing defense. He's doing all the things right. He set himself a goal of getting 5 techs or less this season. I think he understands.
why they're gonna make the playoffs.
I think he
trying.
understands that the Sacramento Kings go as far as he takes them, and he started off really, really well.
Lots of people this season said there's not a surprise team that's going to make the playoffs, but that's the point of a surprise team.
Right.
You don't see them coming. They're riding the momentum of winning the Summer League. You have to have a couple of guys have career years
Yeah.
to be the surprise team. And I think DeMarcus will do that. Maybe playing Team USA helped out Rudy
Yeah.
Gay.
Sure.
Things could break right for them. So I'm up. Why
They
not?
need
we're up.
more than those guys.
Have a
there.
little optimism, Taz.
Hey, I think everyone is going to love DeMarcus Cousins this year. The problem is the 1, 2, and 4 spots on that team.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's with all of these, chime in on Twitter, hashtag the starters. Are you up or down on these questions? Next one, a little more fun. Guys, up or down on players wearing leggings,
Oh.
tights.
So far
what
down
have
on
you.
this one.
Yeah, we've got 3 downs, and I'm the only
Yeah.
one that's going to be pro leggings. You guys hate, you
Trey
guys
put
hate
this on the blog today. This makes no sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, they banned leggings, the NBA did, back in 2006 because they look ridiculous. And guess what? 2014, they still look
back.
ridiculous.
Yeah, but
You're
okay,
indoors.
but who cares? Like, first off,
I want
like,
to see those legs. We got to see that anatomy.
I'm fine not seeing them. But
I want
like,
to see Ray Allen's calves.
some of these guys
right.
say, like, you know, like they're compression sleeves. They keep them warm on the
Sure,
bench.
sure.
They,
Come
help with
on.
recovery. No, I'm just saying. Who cares otherwise?
No, come on. Let's get it together, guys. We're playing an indoor sport. It's not cold. They don't do anything for you. You don't need them. Get rid of them.
Get them out of here.
Get out of
People
here.
think. All right, next one. Along the same lines here. Playing with a mouth guard hanging out of your mouth. Are you up or down? A lot of guys are doing this.
Oh,
This is a good technique. I like this technique. I am up on the mouth guard hanging out. of the
Oh,
mouth.
get outta
It
here.
I'm with
really
you.
throws off your opponent. Look at that guy with his mouth guard. I'm just going to stare at his mouth guard while he makes a
yeah,
great move.
Steph Curry does it.
Pass.
I'm sure he
nonstop.
banged home that 3.
Tass, it's not a fashion accessory.
I
all right?
agree with
it's
you.
dangerous.
It's safety.
There's
right?
a whole
Dangerous.
purpose of having a mouth guard is to protect your
Right.
teeth.
You play with a mouth
I,
guard.
I wear a
Neat.
mouth guard.
Yeah, but it's impossible to hear you. You got to hear the point guard.
No one understands what I'm saying anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
That's a good
But
point.
really, if you're going to wear your mouth guard out of your mouth, you may as well undo your shoes and just run around with your laces flying over. It's
I
the
know.
same thing. It's so dangerous.
You were very concerned when
dangerous.
J.R. Smith untied Sean Marion's shoes.
very, very concerned.
Danger,
What
safe
happens
and
if
teeth,
you
put 'em
dive on the
together.
ball? There's a loose ball, you dive on it, you got the mouth guard there, it goes in your throat, you choke on it.
Oh,
I'm just saying it won't happen if
Morbid.
it's in the spot it's supposed
Very
to be.
morbid.
He's taking a shot and he put it back in. Steph Curry
get rid
abides
of
by
it.
the rules.
All right, and final one here. I love this one, guys. Up or down on the very rare triple flop.
Ooh.
I'm sure a lot of you saw this. We've seen some quality flopping before, but what happened
Synchronized, baby.
between the Kings and the Nuggets last night was amazing. 3 guys there, Rudy Gay, Kenneth Faried, and DeMarcus Cousins.
Pretty great.
Triple flop!
Yeah.
What does it mean? It's like a double rainbow. Wow.
I'm up on this.
I mean,
you are definitely going to get a call if you flop.
True.
With 2 other guys at the same time, there's
Yeah.
no way you can't get a call.
You got to hoard your flops, though. You can't all be flopping on the same play. You got to spread them out throughout the season so you can maximize your flop potential.
I'm up on this because the most effective way to stop flopping is to embarrass 3 guys at once. They won't be doing it again after
So
this.
what, are all 3 of them going to get 5?
They should, yeah.
I highly doubt that. Well, let's hear what people think. Up, down on all of those topics. New segment here on the Starters, a lot of fun. All right, time to unleash the unicorn. Yes, it's time for the Starters Fantasy Minute. Sparkles going everywhere. We gotta get some leggings on that unicorn. All right, so what are we doing here today?
The starters want you to sell high on these guys. Capitalize on fantasy owners who are panicking. My team needs to get better. So you could trade one of these guys. Couple guys who are in the top 10 that won't be there this season. Jeff Teague and Trevor Ariza. and Darren Collison, who we just spoke about, the point guard
Yep.
for the Sacramento Kings, who is currently ranked 26th.
Yeah, he's playing a career high in minutes right now. He's also giving you a career high in points, rebounds, assists, and steals. Now, he might be able to keep those numbers up, but he's probably maxed out right now. I don't think he's going to get any better. So I think now is the time to sell high on him if you can. Go for someone who's a little bit desperate for a point guard because, as I said, he's been good for him this year. He'll probably stay about that level,
Yep.
but he's not going to get any better.
All right, so sell high on a couple of those guys. Playing phenomenal basketball
Yep.
on the court, but in the fantasy world, sell them now. All right, got to take a break, one more break. But when we return, pick and payoff results and Lee's very solid play of the night. So don't go anywhere. You're watching The Starters. Back with The Starters, first night for Tass and I in November's pick and payoff contest here. Battle. I go up 4-1. Got one more game correct than Tass, who went 3-2. We're very early in this, of course. Let's get to tonight's picks. We disagree on 2 games. We both like the Bucks and the Heat and the Pelicans. But you like the Knicks at home. I'll take the Wizards on the road. And you like the Blazers at home. And I'll have LeBron and his buddies coming in there to pick up the W. So we'll see where we stand after night 2. And again, at the end of November, whoever has the most losses has to do something sort of humiliating or weird or whatever you want to call it here on the show. Little news with Tony Allen, fined $15,000 for his frustration last night, which took him over to the baseline where he just decided to smack a camera. Just angry, thought he smacked this guy. I don't think the guy had a bloody nose or anything. It's all good.
He stayed in the game. The cameraman did stay in the game.
But it reminds us a little bit, not as crazy, of course, but Dennis Rodman, 1997,
Oh, yeah.
against the Wolves, falls into the cameraman, and just kicks this guy.
Yeah,
Get
this
him out of
was
the way, man.
nasty. He got suspended 11 games, but I mean, that was also partially because it was Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
Weird moment from our childhood, that's for sure.
Yeah, very, very strange. Yeah, 11 game suspension. Longest of Rodman's career, I think.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Sort of wild as well. So there you go. But now, Lee, time for the very solid play of the night. I hope it's not Tony Allen hitting a camera.
No, it's not. But one surefire way to get on the very solid play is to share the ball and to also throw a bounce pass at the same time. And this is what the Dallas Mavericks did last night. Look at that last bounce pass down there. And then Chandler Parsons steps inside, knocks down a three-pointer. Starts with Dirk. They feed it around. Beautiful little bounce pass.
Nice pump fake.
Oh,
too.
yeah. Lovely, Chandler. And that's what I call a very solid play.
So very solid play. You got to pass the ball 4 times
Yeah, the
minimum.
ball.
You got to bounce it.
Knock in the shot.
gotta
That's
hit
That
it.
all.
was a perfect one.
It was. It was perfect. Had a lot to choose from last night, too. So the Mavs should be very
Good.
happy.
And as always, Lee can always use the help. Let them know on Twitter, hashtag the starters, if you see a very solid play of the candidate. Tonight, fan night, we got the Rockets and the Heat starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Cavs and the Blazers. So some very good games on docket tonight. So we'll be back tomorrow to break those down and talk about all the big storylines.
Looking forward to tonight's games. Thank you very much for joining us today, folks. And remember, your habits are bits of you.
Brace the night, people.